Hey guys, so this is going to be the lesson 1 for grade 7 Y-log worksheet. So we're going to be starting off with solving inequalities and graphing the solutions on a number line. So to start off, I want to explain that the symbols, the less than, greater than symbols, have designated points for them. So when you place, let's say, here, let's label this first. Okay, 0's here, 4's here, and -4, okay? So when you graph the numbers, it'll either be unclosed dot or closed dot, like this. So symbols like these will have non-closed dot. Now symbols like these in this problem over here with the equal sign, or half an equal sign, so this would be called less than or equal to. This is greater than or equal to. And these over here are just greater than, less than, and that's it. So these would have closed dot, okay? This one have open dot. So we already have the numbered line labeled, and now I want to explain to you guys the absolute value sign. So when you have an absolute value sign in this type of situation, you want to split the equation or inequality into two. So you have the original, x is greater than 4. You don't need to write the absolute value signs because we're splitting the equation up in order to get rid of it. And then we have x is less than -4. Okay, let me erase this. So what we did here, we flipped the sign, right? So over here, it was greater than, but now we flipped it to less than, and we make the number over here, which is the 4, it's positive, but we make it negative, okay? So we have x is greater than 4. So let's graph this first. Now remember, open dot, because it's just greater than, and not greater than or equal to. Open dot, greater than, right? So it goes to the right, keeps increasing because it's greater than. And then now we have x is less than -4. So -4 is over here and goes to the left, goes back, keeps decreasing because it's less than, right? And this is pretty much it. I'm going to show you guys another example. So let's try this one over here. This one's a little different. This one will require just probably one more step. So first off, we want to take a look at what we have for the sign. It's greater than or equal to, which means we'll have a closed dot. And now we split the equation in two like before, okay? So original, d plus 4 is greater than or equal to 3. And the other one, d plus 4, flip the sign, less than or equal to, and then make the 3 negative, -3. So let's label this, or actually we have one more step to do. We need to make the d alone, okay? How do we do that? We subtract 4 on each side. So -4, -4, now -4 here, -4 here. So now we have d is greater than or equal to 3 minus 4, -1. And then we have -3 minus 4, -7, right? So d is less than or equal to -7, okay? Now let's label this number line. So let's say 0's here, maybe -1's here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -7 is right there, okay? So let's start off with d is greater than or equal to -1. So we know -1 is over here. Remember, closed dot, because it's greater than or equal to, okay? And it's greater than, meaning it keeps increasing, so it goes to the right. Now we have d is less than or equal to -7. So remember, again, closed dot, and it's less than, so it keeps decreasing, goes to the left, okay? And that's pretty much it. So now we'll be moving on to see what we have next. Is the ordered pair a solution in the inequality? Okay, so for this, we are given, I'll do this problem over here, okay? So we're given a pair of coordinates. The coordinates are written x comma y form, okay? And if you look closely, we have x and we have y over here. So all we have to do, substitute these values into this, okay? So let's rewrite this. -3, and we have y. But y, if you look over here, is -6, okay? So -6 minus 2x. Now we know x is 5, so we just put 5 over here. So less than 12, okay? So now let's solve this. -3 times -6 is 18, minus 2 times 5 is 10, so less than 12. Now 18 minus 10 is 8. So let's see, is 8 less than 12? Yes, 8 is less than 12, okay? So over here, is the ordered pair solution in the inequality? Yes, okay? You guys could try the rest on your own. And let's move on to graphing linear inequalities in two variables. Okay. So let's try this first problem over here. Okay, so remember slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. We have y, maybe not equals, but this time it's greater than 4x minus 3. Now, if you guys remember, we had greater than, less than, and greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. They had designated dots for them. So this one was closed, this one was open. Now in this situation, it's a bit different, and I'll be showing you guys that soon. So first, let's figure out the components of this linear equation. So we know 4 is m, if you look. 4 is m, which is the slope, okay? And then we have b, which is the y-intercept. So b is -3. And we have enough to figure out what this is, or how this graph will turn out. So we know y-intercept is -3, which is over here. So this is 0, -3, okay? Y-intercept. -3 over here. And then we have 4, which is the slope. Now remember rise over run. So 4 is the same thing as 4 over 1. Doesn't make a difference, right? So rise will be 4 and run will be 1. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then run 1, point will be over here, okay? And back to this, instead of having dots, we'll be making the line different when we connect the dots. So if we have greater than or equal to, or yeah, greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, it'll be a solid line. If we have greater than or less than, it would be a dotted line, okay? So in this case, we have, if you look up top here, greater than, so we would just make a dotted line. And there's also, it's not straight, but you guys can make it straight. Now, we also have to shade in a part of the graph, okay? Now, we know it's greater than, right? Look back up here, it's greater than. So we would shade in the top of the graph, okay? So this part, this is the top of the graph. Now, if it was less than, we would shade in this part, but it's not. It's greater than, so we would shade in this part. Now, the reason we shade this is because we want to show where y is greater than the other side of the inequality, okay? And that's pretty much it. You guys could do the rest on your own. Have fun with it. I'll see you guys next week.